Greetings, everyone. Bentley here from Two Damn Many Projects with another damn project. And, well, many of them you see here, kind of under control, all right? We've got a lot of things to make our lives easier and just moving right along. And we've got this cool tool room. Literally has about every dang toy you need in here. We got to put the sandblaster together. It's over in the corner. But we've got grinders and a drill press, and we've got a ultrasonic solvent tank over here, which does miraculous work. I got to show you. This is absolutely awesome what it does. I bought one, and then I decided to give that to my son-in-law for Christmas, and then I bought another one. But this nasty piece of Rolls-Royce door hinge here, let me tell you, that was a greasy, ugly piece of crap. And a little time in the with some heat and solvent and a little ultrasonic bathing, as it were, and she's pretty clean. Pretty happy about that. Found out a lot of things about that door. The dome lights wouldn't come on, and so on. And it wasn't the switch. It's actually one of the wires. So we'll see what happens here. Moving right along. But yeah, we got our vast conspiracy of tools. Many things going on here. We're still working on getting things organized. Carry a bag here. Everybody, what do you have a bag for? Well, we've got all our PEX stuff in there for plastic wiring. But in the interim, let's talk about all our projects. We have a little English wheel over there. We have some interesting gadgets. There's a powder-coated Rolls-Royce oil pan. There's an overflow bottle. Got all kinds of things in here. There's a heater. Oh, yes, these little buggers. Sorry, they're back there. But those are kind of expensive, and they're part of the process. They're part of the program here. We have some wood we're redoing, and it's coming right along. But I was going to sit down for a minute, tell you about what we're doing. Why you haven't heard from me for so long? Why have I been hiding? I haven't been. What's happened is that, last year sometime, a gal I'd been talking to for, a year or two, she's down in Phoenix, and we knew her down there, and family knew her, and I'm like, we're just chatting and doing the usual thing, and I said last year, I said, come up and visit. And I guess she wasn't kind of in the mood to come up. That's fine. It's all right. Nice person. Come on up. Let's go boating, do something stupid. Have some fun for a weekend. Get the hell out of Phoenix when it's 192 degrees, centigrade. Arizona's a place where folks go to prepare for eternity in hell. Well, here we are coming up this year. And I was chatting with her on the phone. And I said, hey, why don't you come up for a weekend? See if you like it up here. And she did. She says, yeah, I'll do it. She books a ticket. Next thing I know, I'm picking her up at the airport. We're hanging out in the motorhome, traipsing around all over and just having a good old time. And I said, well, gee, I don't want to go back. Took her a couple of my favorite places and we hung out and showed her some cool scenery. First thing I did when I picked her up at the airport is I took her back on the ferry. It's like, that's fun to be able to cross over to where we are on that ferry. But that was something very unusual for her. So she got to enjoy a little boat trip and, visit, went home. And 10 days later, she says, I'm going to come up and visit for 10 days. And 10 days came and went, and she canceled her ticket. And the next thing you know, she and I and Zachary hauled ass to Arizona in the motorhome to pick up her kitty cats and a few other things and pick up her car. So we had the car hauler behind us. And we went down there and picked up the cats and a few goodies and a little bit of this, a little bit of that, and took and got the hell out of Dodge. We headed over to Gary's house, and Gary was really happy to see us. It's been a little while, and so I ended up, parking the motorhome on the side, got the trailer out there, and we got the Honda on the back of it, Carol's car. Dang nice car, those little Hondas, little CRV. They do a really good job. And so, I just got a kick out of the whole thing, and She'd never seen anything like Gary. I mean, God, you guys get a chance to go see Gary L. Wells, or you get a chance to just look at his stuff on YouTube and Facebook. It'll blow your socks off because this guy doesn't customize cars. He builds them from scratch. I've known him for over 55 years, and after that amount of time, we are actually building a car together. One of the Bistiones. It's called La Bistione number 9. You'll see a little picture of it. There's not much to see. Unusual car. But we came back to Washington and tried to figure out what to do to get her moved. And in the end of August, we hauled ass down in the Honda, rented a U-Haul, and literally emptied her place in Arizona in the heat of end of August. And I don't think anything much merciless than that. It's it's miserable, let me tell you. We got out of there, cut another trailer, put the Honda in the trailer, drag it home. And we didn't have time to pull this off and go see Gary, so we went home, got the truck back, unloaded and everything. And it was so funny because we turned around and hopped in the Honda and booked it down to see Gary, just Carol and myself. And we got over to Gary's house, and a lot of interesting things happened. Now, the first time we went by with the Honda on the back of the motorhome with Zachary, went to Moose and Frank's, and he'd never seen his stuff in the living room, never thought about the cars the way we do, but he kind of got turned on to that. He just kind of in awe the whole trip. Well, Gary had this gray car out on the side of the shop in the back area, and this old gray primered out thing. I was like, yeah, I know what it is. It's pretty freaking cool, but sure needs a lot of work. And Bentley has too damn many projects, and that's what was sitting out in the back, in the yard, right there. There's the gate, and the shop is right behind it. I'm standing right there on that car. And, this is what we're dealing with inside. Just so you have an idea. That's the Black Prince. It's a 38 4.25 Bentley that he built from scratch. Motor and frame, that's all he had. And I rebuilt the transmission a 3 years ago. This thing behind it, though, you gotta look at this monster, okay? That's a 21.6 liter Fiat airplane motor from World War I. It features 4 valves per cylinder, hence all the exhaust holes. The radiator shell and grill are on that. And Gary got the cowl on it. But I helped him get the motor in it. I got that all beat out and designed. And then there's a problem because the drive goes out the back, and it has to have its rotation changed because it doesn't sit this way. It sits with the shaft forward, not backwards. So with it backwards, we have to do this thing, and we are. That's what we're going to do. The other thing we got here, in fact, this trip, I've got a whole bunch of it to take there so we can hook up our reverse rotation. That yellow thing in the back is a 1912 Olds Defender. It's absolutely gorgeous car. So Gary's got all kinds of stuff. That's his shop. And so here we are, first trip. I like it, but I got too much stuff. Second trip, Gary says, hey, you really need this. You really ought to have this car. And I'm looking at this thing, and I said, Carol, what do you think? And, I'm ready to pull the trigger on this thing real fast. And Carol says, yeah, I kind of like it. I think it's cool. I said, yeah, I thought that was a pretty cool car. And, she had no idea what it is. A lot of people don't know what it is. Well, this is what it is. It's called a Clanay. And it uses a Lincoln driveline and the Lincoln grill. And they made these one-piece fenders. And you have the sewer pipe exhaust. They put wire wheels on it. And it's a pretty cool car. It's got a long deck on the rear for the spare tire. And yeah, they were great in their day. This car has never seen the road. It has never been licensed. It's never been on the street. It's never had a motor. It's a Lincoln frame. And this is how they mocked up this body right here. This body is a direct result of that. It is a prototype. It is a legitimate design car. And we bought it. And here starts a whole new project. Everything new. Putting all kinds of things aside. Selling a lot of things that we're into. And getting them out of here. I'm debating whether I'm going to keep the boat. Somebody knows of a 3-axle trailer that will handle a 30-foot boat. For reasonable, let me know. I'd love to take it off your hands. The price is right. And then we start fiddling with this thing. Because, we got the car. You saw the lights. Those are P90 Rolls-Royce lights. Very expensive. They're going on this car. And one of our trips, we met with Fireball Tim Lawrence. Had lunch with him and talking to him about his stuff. And last trip we were down there when we acquired the car, I went to the Peterson Museum, and that was a lot of fun because Carol got to see things, she's never seen before. But the funny thing she got to see was the Turbine Batmobile, and that was Fireball Tim did that. She saw it in the flesh, and she's like, wow. But so somebody that's not into cars, never been in a car, she is just sucking it up. So we're sitting there playing with AI, What are we going to do with AI? What do we do with this car? So I start doing a little this, doing a little that. And I left Gary in this picture here. That's him right there. That is Gary Wales looking over the car. And I did some AI work with it and kept him in the picture. And pretty funny. Came out really nice. Carol, the first thing came to mind is everything in his garage is a chitty chitty bang bang. So she gets on AI, and what does she do? She turns the car into a chitty chitty bang bang right there. That's her little design she plugged together, Victorian steampunk style, with the little wings and a whole bit. And she's just flat out in love with that. She's got so many ideas with that car. It's unreal. So I'm liking it. I'm having fun with it. So, I've been piddling around with this stuff. Here's the headlights again. Get my fingers out of there. Sorry, one of them is broken. Can't do anything about that. It kind of has a 9-inch